Showing what's up with you. All right.
You said what? Yeah. He said what's up. AJ said what's up.
What's good? What's good?
Yeah. You don't have this album, right?
No. I don't got no
Got
one
you.
the first album.
Got you. Alright, I'm gonna start this in about 12 minutes. Yo, shout out to Lashia for the IG live and shit last night.
That was funny.
She a trip.
Yep.
What up, Q? They call me my yellow. How much did you want, by the way? Okay. Your niggas still talking about the Super Bowl halftime show.
Why? It's over. What are they still talking about?
They saying it's like the greatest.
Yeah, it was the most watched.
Is that Twister?
Now some chick dancing to, I guess, the sample or whatever.
Oh, I just heard that sped up sample. I was like, is that slow jams you bumping?
It's some gypsy bitch that's dancing to.
Not Gypsy, bitch.
That's what I call them. What they fortune tellers? What the hell they call them? She cute though.
This nigga said Gypsy, bitch. I'm so dead.
Uh,
Did she have a dot on her forehead?
nah, she got tats though. She got a lot of tats.
Oh,
You know.
I'm so ready for this movie review tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to see the movie. Hopefully, it's good.
I have a feeling you'll like it.
Yeah, that's what you say.
You like a good comedy.
Yeah. It's a comedy western.
It's a Western satire.
Oh, with Gene Wilder. Oh boy.
You don't like Gene Wilder?
I don't. I ain't seen him in too much shit. Was it the See No Evil, Hear No Evil? I saw him in that.
I love that movie.
I'm trying to think what else I saw him in. What he was Willy Wonka, right?
Yeah, Willy Wonka,
Wonka. Yeah.
young Frankenstein. Don't forget that.
The black and white one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did see
one
that. That was like what? What is it in the 50s? I was.
74.
Yeah, come on.
You said what?
The black and white one. The black and white
Yes,
Frankenstein.
1974.
74 that was? I thought that was before that.
Yeah, 1970. No, it came out in 1974.
Okay. Yeah, that I saw him in that. Yeah, so like about 3 films I saw him. I'm trying to think of anything else I seen him in there. I can't think of it,
One of
like
the
all this
greatest
stuff.
actors ever. He don't get his just due like that. What you wanted a pizza? No cheese. Gotcha. Q said I heard Monique's son exposed to online and stuff like that. Yeah, I saw that shit. I don't pay attention to that bullshit. How's your mama doing?
She good, she chilling.
Yeah, till I said, what's up?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Mike, what up?
Yeah, what's up, Mike? Yo, Mike, I can't wait for the movie reviews because I got a lot of shit to say.
Did
That's
you
all.
see Killer Mike was on The View?
Oh, wow, he was?
He told them all of my heroes have been in handcuffs.
That's true.
Yeah.
They didn't change up the menu at Marco's. What the?
Killer Mike been everywhere since he got arrested. This is the most the most popular arrest ever. He been everywhere. He been on fucking Angie. He been on The View. What he about to go see the president? Well, shit, they arrest black niggas every day. We ain't actually get on no podcast after you get arrested.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Hold on 1 second, try. I'm back. You can just cash at me the portion of that and then the 10th.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. You saw what? I'm about to. You know that's you know
do that shit on purpose.
I don't believe that. He's not that type. He's not a Jussie Smollett type.
I hope not, because I'm like, it's just like weird that he swept the rap Grammys and he get arrested the same day. Like that makes no damn sense.
How we do that shit?
Right?
It's cash out.
That was
12 for the wings and then 10 for the Grammy.
That's just crazy, man.
You know, niggas still talking about the Grammys, man. You ready? Who's ready for this country renaissance?
I ain't hear shit from it yet.
You didn't hear the country songs yet?
I might not even listen to that. Who knows?
Well, you already like two Destiny's Child
Shit gotta be
albums,
mind
so
blowing for me to listen to it.
you already like two Destiny's Child
Yeah.
albums, so
Man, Beyonce gotta have well, like you said, Beyonce gotta have magical powers for me to listen to that. Like
you would
she
think.
gotta ride my pony to that country music. You know what I
You
mean?
funny. You
You
funny.
gotta ride me like Genuine to when we hear that country music.
Riding my pony.
You know what I mean?
I'm ready whenever you are, boss.
Let's go.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? This is Reg in the building. You know what I'm saying? Who might think about doing a country podcast? Let me stop.
Oh my god. No, please.
Let me stop. And then we got my homeboy Try. We got my homeboy Try in the building as well too. You know,
Yo.
light skinned Jordan.
Yes.
Yes. So there's so many albums I could have picked on this day series and whatnot. But I decided to pick Tupac with the All Eyes on Me album.
Yes.
This album came out February 13, 1996, the same day as the Fugees' The Score and Mad Skills from Where album. You know what I'm saying? And I was so close to talking about the Fugees. I was very close, but I'm just like, I got a story to tell.
We really need to do that though. I mean, they should know who the Fugees are.
Right, but still. So shout out to my aunt Linda. She actually bought this for me 2011. She bought this from 2011 and stuff like that too. Around the time my grandfather died and stuff too. So this album's kind of like special for me. So we all know the story with this album. You know, Pop was in jail for a fucked up sexual assault charge, and Suge Knight kind of bailed him out, made him sign a contract under tissue paper. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, he came to Death Row Records and whatnot too. And then he just pretty much was working on this album. I gotta make a disclaimer though. A lot of the songs on this album, to be real with you, a lot of the songs was already like beats made for people and stuff like that too. Prime example, Got My Mind Made Up. That was supposed to be just been Inspector Deck, Method Man, Redman, and Corrupt. But you know, the Suge Knight, you know, they took off Inspector Deck's verse, you know, put Pac's verse there. California Love, even though the original version, the video version is not on this album because that came out in late '95. That was more like a promo single. You know what I'm saying? Because they have the remix on here, which honestly I kind of like the remix a bit better, to be real with you. But I still got the single, the California Love single at my crib too. So I got that as collector's purpose, you know. And I also got the How Do You Want It single. Wait, do I have the California Love single?
You don't.
No. I have the greatest. No, I think I do have California. I gotta double check. But I got a lot of Tupac shit, honestly.
Oh my lord.
And I got the How Do You Want It single with Hit 'Em Up as the B-side and stuff like that too. But back to the songs though, you know, because this is a very great album. You know, How Do You Want It with Casey and JoJo. I love that record. Wonder why they right.
Yeah.
Ambitious as a writer. The best opening track to any hip hop album. I'm gonna be real with you. You know what I'm saying? That shit was so heavy. Mike Tyson even did his entrance to that song and whatnot too.
Wow.
Scandalous. Love that track. No More Pain. You know, Shorty Wanna Be a Thug, Can't See Me. You know what I'm saying? Run the Streets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, is this his best album? This is really just my third favorite album from Pop, believe it or not. Because I got Me Against the World as my number one. And believe it or not, I got the Don Cluminati as my number two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
This album.
Me Against the World is number 3.
No, Me Against the World is my number one.
It's number 1.
Yeah, that's his best album, bar none. His best album. This is my number 3 because the reason I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard this album, I admit there was some tracks I didn't really care for too much when I first heard it, like Thug Passion. You know what I'm saying? When I first heard this, ain't hard to find. But then over the years, I came to appreciate it. This is a solid 5 mic album. I don't give a fuck what no one say. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like the same 5 mic I would put like Me Against the World. You know what I'm saying? So what do you have to say about this album?
That's it. I remember getting that. Yo, you know what's crazy? 28 years ago, we had a blizzard in New York City, and we had a blizzard yesterday on the same anniversary, which is insane. And even though we didn't get a lot of snow over here in the city, we got like an inch. But we had a blizzard, and I went through the blizzard in '96 for that album at the Wiz, and it's been a classic, one of the best double albums ever. You know, top 3 for me, and I love the production. That's an album that even without if Dr. Dre was never part of it, it would still be a classic.
Right.
Daz had some of his finest production on there. You know, Quick. We had Devontae Swing from Jodeci. It was great. That every track was banging. Both discs. I don't know fuck what people say about disc 1 is better than disc 2. Both discs are fucking classic. Let's get that straight. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I've heard that shit over the years, even on podcasts that we've been a part of. Motherfuckers sit up there and say, "Oh, I think disc 1 is better." No, both discs are classic.
Exactly.
All tracks, the features. Tupac was the type that he could do an album by himself, or he could do an album with features on it, and he killed every track. 5 mic classic, forever. I love it.
I love it too, man. It is a classic album. Oh shit, I fucked up. Other than that, we're gonna talk about motherfucking Main Source with the Breaking Atoms album. Now, this album came out July 23rd, 1991 on motherfucking what's the label? Wild Pitch under EMI. You know what I'm saying? This was actually featured members like Large Professor, who was like the main producer MC, K Cut, and Mikey D. It was known for singles like Looking at the Front Door, Watch Do His Thing, Just Hanging Out, and Piecing Out Words to Play. You know how we fucking do. We're gonna talk about how we got into the artist. I'm gonna start with Try.
Yeah. My bad. What happened, yo?
Now, how did you get into Main Source?
Oh, I got into Main Source with the first single. I think the first single was Just Hanging Out, that joint, and just you know, I didn't know who they was back then, and I really didn't like that song until I saw the video for Looking at the Front Door, and it was the sample, because that sample Lisa and Coke Jam, they used that before Main Source did, and I think the sample is what attracted me to the record, and then I saw the video for it, and you know, just been a fan for that one album that Lost Professor was a part of. You know, after he left, that was like a big thing in rap, and you know, they when they dropped that second album without, you know, Lost Pro, and people were talking about it, and you know, Lost Professor is a legend, man. Like his production is legendary. He's been on legendary albums, his own albums. I remember when Mad Scientist had dropped the single, and we kept waiting for the album. Never dropped. We heard singles. He released that. He dropped the I Just Want to Chill. You know, and it was like many years until I didn't hear that album in its entirety until like 2009, I think. But that's when they had like finally released it after being on the shelf. And he's a great MC and producer, and it's hard to do both as an artist to be an MC and a producer as well. And I think he wears both hats well, you know what I'm saying? And it's a shame we didn't get, you know, another Main Source album with him. But for this one album, like, man, we're gonna talk about it, like the legendary Posse Cut with Nas was just crazy. Like when I first heard that, and then like seeing the Source magazine, he got like a hip hop quotable for that for his verse, and he really made like Nas' career. You could say he really put Nas on.
Right.
People give credit to Search. They forget about Lost Pro. You know what I'm saying? All Search did was like he signed him to Searchlight or whatever. But like Nas really got put on by Lost Pro. You know what I'm saying? Then it's cool to see that Lost Pro, continue to work with him throughout his career. He ain't like Nas ain't forget about him. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, yo, you was on Illmatic. I'm gonna have you produce some other joints on other albums. He was on Streets Disciple, Stillmatic. You know what I'm saying? So he was on the what's that joint? The joint where he got the wedding dress. I forgot the name of the album.
Life was good.
Life was good. Yeah, he was on that joint, and it's cool to see. Now, I think like out of any producer, like people talk about that he should do an album with Primo and all that. He should do an album with Lost Professor. You know what I'm saying? Because Lost Professor still got it. Like the whole Primo thing. I think that train left the station like 25 years ago. I don't think Primo would give him a classic album anymore. But Lost Pro still got it. You know what I'm saying? I think I would definitely love to hear Nas do a Lost Professor album.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I wanted the Primo and Nas album, but Primo, people got to be honest with themselves. Primo ain't the same Primo no more. Like that, I think he's falling off.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying? And I wanted that Nas Primo album back in the '90s, but I don't want it now. You know what I'm saying? But Lost Pro, like definitely, without Lost Pro, this album wouldn't be what it is. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely, I definitely get what you're saying. So I got into Main Source just just randomly, just hearing looking at the front door. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like that was a very dope track. And I liked how I'm not explaining more about that, but I'm not gonna hold you. I don't really have like a grand story when it comes to Main Source. I like them, but I do have some things to say about this album. I'm gonna say my thoughts on that. You know what I'm saying? But I still fucking like the album though. But we'll talk about it. We'll definitely talk about it. I just felt like Lost Professor, like you said, is one of the most illest producers of all time. And I'm definitely glad we finally talking about this album. All right. So for those who don't know who Main Source are, they are a hip hop group that consists of Large Professor, K Cut, and Sir Scratch. Yeah. And they were actually formed in 1989. You know what I'm saying? Formed in 1989. And it's kind of crazy because before going to Main Source, Mikey D was really part of a hip hop group called Mikey D and the LA Posse and shit like that too. And in 1988, you actually won in the New Music Seminar Battle. Large Professor, he was pretty much, producing for like a lot of cats at that time, like, Eric B and Rakim, Kool G Rap, and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? And he was pretty much like a understudy to Paul C, the late great Paul C, you know what I'm saying? And yeah man, excuse me, yeah man, it's just like they got together and they ended up working on this fucking album right here. Very 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 dope album cover. It's very 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 dope album cover and stuff like that too. It definitely it's like some shit you will see in like a PBS promo. Like you remember that show Zoom and stuff like that. You remember that show? It kind of reminds me of some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, very very dope. You said what?
Oh, my bad.
No, you good. But yeah, but I just said like it's a very ill album cover. What do you think of this album cover and shit?
It's dope. It's creative. Back when album covers mattered, because album covers ain't shit no more. Album covers mattered. They went with the album title went with the album, and it's very creative. You know what I'm saying? And I love it. Real colorful, and that's an album cover that people gonna remember. They're not gonna remember. Oh, you look at album cover now, and it's like a portrait of Mona Lisa. What is that supposed to mean? Who's gonna remember that? Oh, it's Mona Lisa on the album cover. So this is creative. This is something that people gonna remember.
Exactly.
You know.
Not like that Rick Ross and Meek Mill album cover and shit like that.
Oh God. And I love Ross, but they could have did better. I mean, Rick Ross had better album covers than that.
But yeah, man. Niggas just ain't creative like that, you know.
Nah, it's very lazy.
Other than that, let's get right into this review. So this album has 12 songs. Let's get right into it. Track number 1, we got is Snake Eyes. So this is a very interesting track. It's kind of like, to be honest, he's throwing shots at Eric B. Yes, the Eric B from Eric B and Rakim, because like what people realize is the fact that him being Large Professor did like the majority of the what's the album? Let the Rhythm Hit Him album and stuff like that too. But Eric B did not want to give him his credit and stuff like that too, which a lot of producers at the time were really like falling victim of and stuff too. So he pretty much wanted to throw shots at him on this record right here too. So yeah, this was a very, very, very dope song. I love the beat to it. Very dope. I love the drum patterning on this one too. So yeah.
Yeah, this was dope. Snake Eyes, he was talking about like shiesty ass niggas and not even trusting his own blood, his own people's. The track starts off where it's like it sounded like the record is dragging, then the beat drops, and you got a Large Pro saying, you roll the dice so fast and think you're nice, but gotta be more precise. Just a dope record to start off the album.
Right. All right. Track number 2. I'm just hanging now. Hanging out.
I'm just nah.
One of the finest beats Large Professor's ever done, man. Like this don't even sound like it was made in '91. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the best usage of that Sister Nancy sample. You know what I'm saying? I never heard it being better than that one, the way he used it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, very, very, very dope track. It's a chill, laid back track. I love the line when he says, while he's having hard times writing rhymes, so he nods all my metaphors and dines on my lines. Love the wordplay on that one. That's a very ill track.
I loved it. The beat is fire. The horn loop and the reggae sample. That reggae sample was used by like so many people. Crisscross on the Crisscross the Bomb album. It was on that Real track. It was Pete Rock used it on the Basement from Mecca and the Soul Brother. That line where he says, because I like to hang out and hustle with my friends. That was also um, on that Naughty by Nature Poverty's Paradise album, Hang Out and Hustle. That was like part of the
Yeah.
chorus. Where they use that line, and Large Pro saying, "I'm skilled in the field, so slide to the side. I'll make a rapper cry because I can get some shut eye while he's having hard times writing rhymes. So he knows all my metaphors and dimes all my rhymes." He sounded like Rakim on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got like Rakim vibes from him from those bars right there. You know, great record.
Definitely. All right. Next track, Looking at the Front Door. This is actually my favorite main source song they ever done. You know what I'm saying? One of the greatest hip hop songs ever. I mean, you guys have heard me talk about the song plenty of times. Oh, by the way, speaking of that, I forgot to say production is Large Professor and Pete Rock. Pete Rock co-produced Vamos a Rapier, Just letting y'all know. But back to looking at the front door. Yeah, this is like one of the greatest hip hop songs of all time. It pretty much tells a story about how he got into an argument with a girl, like his girlfriend at the time and shit like that. And he's just regretting it, and he just looks at the front door hoping that she'll come back one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, very, very, very great, great, great song. This is how you can be vulnerable on a hip hop track without being like a pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, without you being like a
Without
pussy.
being like Drake.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Like, listen to what he starts it off. We fight
Mhm.
every night. Now that's not kosher. I reminisce with bliss on when we was closer, and wake up to be greeted by an argument again. You act like you're 10, so immature. I try to concentrate on a cure and keep looking at the front door. Like, and then the beat, you know what I'm saying? I like how when those early Large Professor beats, how he has to get like a vocal sample, and he tries to mimic it to like say the title of the song. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mhm.
looking at the front door. Like, that shit is so fucking ill. And that Donald Byrd sample was used by a
Mhm.
Tribe Called Quest for the footprints from people's extensive travels and past. I feel like Main Source kind of used the sample better. I'm not saying that Tribe song was ill as fuck too.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But every time I think of looking at the front door, I always think of that Donald Byrd sample first. So one of the greatest hip hop songs of all time.
I love it. Just just rapping about a relationship going wrong, and you can hear like the stress and the pain in his bars, and you know, it's dope to see that there were other artists within this genre that can do love songs and talk about love and relationships besides LL Cool J and Ja Rule.
Oh
And
God.
I sent you that post, right? That they had like a, first of all, that whole post is wrong because the fact that they could have Wale is not known for love songs, so I don't know why he's on even in that post. And I'm like, Fabulous did chick songs, but his street songs were harder. And it's good to see that we had a group like this that wasn't known for love songs that could just do a love song and drop it as a single, and people accepted it. You know what I'm saying? And like the lyrics where he says, I'm the one you're against, and it doesn't make sense because I'm the one that you claim to love for life, but all I get is gray hairs and strife. And you can hear, I definitely can relate to what he's saying. I think a lot of people that was in love and went through bullshit could relate to what he's going through, and it's like you just come to a point where you just fed up,
Right.
and yeah, you could just hear it. He was done. He was ready to head to the front door.
The front door. Uh, uh.
Yeah. What sample is that?
Donald Byrd, think
Oh,
twice.
Donald Byrd. Okay, the great Donald Byrd.
Yes, sir.
Dope.
Yes, yes. Next song is Large Professor. Another artist who does a song named after themselves. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how much I love that. This song was pretty decent though. You know what I'm saying? Just Large Professor just bragging how he's pretty much carrying this whole group, if that makes sense. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's had a dope beat. It's just fire.
All right. Next song is Just a Friendly Game of Baseball. One of my favorite tracks they've ever done next to Looking at the Front Door. Um, with this track, it's pretty much talking about police brutality. But the interesting thing about this track is that they use baseball
Mhm.
references, and we've talked about
Yes.
the Ultramagnetic MCs, the Four Horsemen album. We talked about that album, how they use
Uh huh.
baseball references and stuff like that too. But I felt like Main Source definitely did that exceptionally well, especially with this track. It's a very, very, very relevant song because you have these bitch ass cops that want to get away with just fucking hurting our people and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the line where he says, RBI, real bad injury, but don't get happy. You're in jail for a century. Just as bad as being shot in the groin. To see who shot you there, flip a coin and watch him run for the stretch. But you don't know the man is at home waiting to make a catch. So the outfielder guns you down. You're out off the dugout, underground. Very, very, very dope. The beat definitely had a more darker feel to it. Love this one.
I love it, and I'm a huge baseball fan. I grew up playing baseball. It's one of my favorite sports, and I love the fact that he could use the references in the game for police brutality, and you know it's a timeless record because the bullshit is still going on in this country. I just
Right.
saw a video last week where I think it was somewhere in the west, in the somewhere in the south, where there was like a woman and her boyfriend that they wasn't doing nothing at all, and they're like sitting down minding their business, and they get assaulted by cops, and they're like beating down the guy, and they beating her down, and they arresting her. And while they're arresting her, the cop got his foot on her neck, and then they punching her.
Jesus.
Then they take her to the precinct, and they throw her in the interrogation room, and she's like taking off her clothes, and she's like, I have nothing on me. They saying, oh, she had drugs on her. She's taking off her clothes in front of the cops, and the white cop is in there. There's a black cop in there, and she's going at the black cop like, yo, like you a pussy, because you should be standing up for your people. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to shit like that, it's like, what is this? What are we doing in this country? Like, who the fuck are y'all voting for? What is Biden doing? None of these congressmen give a damn about black people. I don't care if it's Kamala Harris or whoever that's supposedly for us. They don't care because it's like it's the same shit over and over, no matter who's in office. It could be Biden, it could be Trump, it could be how many times this shit happened on Obama's watch. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
this shit is always going to go on until black people are fed up, and we got to start, you know, burning down shit. Not even burning down shit. I think we've passed that. It got to start happening to the white man when their kids start getting assaulted by cops, so they know how to feel, that of what we went through.
Exactly.
Burning down shit ain't solving the problem. Like when George Floyd got killed, and they went off, and they went through Manhattan, and they burn it. They breaking up Macy's and the Verizon store and all that. That's not help. That's not gonna bring that man back to his family. You know what I'm saying? Like you're looting in California, and you're like going into Foot Locker and taking sneakers and all kind of shit. What is that doing for this country? You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna bring George Floyd back. It's not gonna bring and any of the innocent black people that passed away because of police brutality. Last year there was the same shit. Last year at this time, that guy that got murdered in Tennessee by those cops. You know what I'm saying? And we see all those cops like assaulting him to the point where he died. Right, and he was right down the block from his mother's house. And we still have not heard nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to be a continuing thing all the time until you know the white man start to feel our anger and our pain. You know, and it's so many quotables in this shit. You know what I'm saying? When you hear Lost Professor say, oh shit, another young brother hit. I better go over with my man's come and get the pump. Because to the cops, shooting brothers is like playing baseball, and they're never in a slump. Babe Ruth would have made a good cop, but he didn't. Instead, he was a bigot. Dig it. RBI, real bad injury, but don't get happy you're in jail for a century. Just as bad as being shot in the groin to see who shoots you. They'll flip a coin. Like I love it. This is a concept, a great concept song. I love the fact that like Lost Pro, you got to know what the game of baseball is to even include like those references in a song like this. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I think it was brilliant. You know what I'm saying? And um, it's just a classic song. It needs a video. Like this should have a video. I just saw Saigon drop a video. Not to get off topic, I saw Saigon drop a video for like a song from one of his mixtapes from like 20 years ago. He just dropped it today. This needs a song. It just needs a video for the song. Even though the album been out for years, this needs a video today. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
just to show that it's time. It's time for the bullshit to stop. You know what I'm saying? I've been stopped by cops. I've said it on here more than once. I've been stopped by cops more than once in my lifetime just for being black. For no damn reason. You know what I'm saying? Just for the color of my skin. And I've been lucky to come out of those situations alive. But that ain't gonna happen for everybody.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? I've been stopped in front of my house, coming home from a nightclub, minding our own business. They put in, flashlights in our faces and shit. It's real. This is not like some made up shit that you see on CNN. You know, and it's just black people are fed up, and it's time to, like, we gotta stop doing the, let's rally or let's riot, let's loot and pillage the white man's neighborhood. That's not enough. It's not enough. We gotta do more than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So this is a
Yep.
classic record to me.
I definitely agree with you about that. Well said. All right, track number 6, Scratch and Cut. This is like a DJ cut between the DJs of the group. Nothing to it.
This was dope. It's an instrumental, but I like the fact that back when the DJ mattered, you had DJs like from Main Source. You had Jazzy Jeff, Jam Master Jay, rest in peace. You had DJs that had their own track, and they showing you you hearing their talents on wax. Whereas the DJ in 2024 it don't mean a damn thing in hip hop. That has to change. You know what I'm saying? Like for this culture, I want to see more DJs on albums with their own track. I want to see more breakdancing and graffiti being involved in this culture again, like it used to be. Enough with the twerking. Twerking is not a part of hip hop. And this was a dope instrumental, nice little jazzy track. It had a native tongue sound to it. Like when you hear this, it could have been on like the low end thing.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that.
Love the beat. I love the beat for this.
All right.
Little Wayne have the talent to do it. He can do it. It's just that's his audience is young and dumb. They don't want to hear shit about shit like that until it actually happened to them. When they get their asses beat by the cops, that's when they're gonna start screaming, "Oh, help me, help me!" But he has the talent to do that.
All right. Next track. You got It's Pieces Not a Word to Play. Another very great track. This track pretty much talks about the hypocrisy of the word peace, because there's no peace when it comes to our people. We're the ones who is just getting abused and killed in the streets and whatnot too. And just the fact that it's not even just the white people killing us, it's us killing each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's what I loved about this track. I love the line when he says, "The friends got beef, I'll bust him too. What's a brother from a certain way of life explained to me once, dunks. He didn't realize the fact that he and myself were buzzed on the same boat." Very, very ill line. Honestly, I like both songs, but I'll give it a slight edge. It's just a friendly game of baseball, just based on the metaphorical and just the wordplay of that track. But this one is a very great track and one of Large Professor's best performances too.
Right. And he said, "I'll shoot the next man and turn around and say peace." But that's leaving people in pieces. It's not what the meaning of peace is. To me, it means the absence of all confusion. And again, that's another thing. That's another side of the coin where we can't be the ones to cry wolf when we get brutalized by the cops. And meanwhile, we're the ones killing our own souls. Okay? Black people got to stop that shit. Don't always act like we're the victims. Yeah, we are the victims when it comes to trigger ass happy racist cops, but the other crime that's going on, that's us doing that to ourselves. That has to stop. Because if
Right.
it, because the easy excuse for the white man is to say, oh well, y'all kill each other. Why should the government care about us when we get killed by a racist cop? We killing each other. Can't do that. It's like pick a side. You know what I'm saying? It can't be both ways. Like, oh, it's okay if we shoot our brother, man, but we just got fucked up by a trigger ass happy cop, and y'all want fucking help. It don't work like that.
It don't. All right, next track. Vamos a Rapier. You know what I'm saying? This was actually co-produced by um, Pete Rock. You know what I'm saying? 1 year before Pete Rock and CL Smooth came out making the Soul Brother. And he actually found a sample and stuff like that too. No surprise there. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? So he let Large Professor use it and he got a co-producer credit
Ooh,
from
let's
finding the sample
let's share
and
the
stuff like
money. I
that
like
too.
that.
You said what?
Say let's share the money.
Yeah. Because it's kind of crazy too because we all know the story about the situation with Jazz We've Got when Tribe Called Quest Low in Theory
Mm-hmm.
when he claimed that he found a sample for them and he wanted to produce a credit, but they didn't want to give him credit for that shit. So
Wow.
that's kind of interesting. But this track right here was pretty slick. You know, it's a lot of people doing some braggadocio shit. You know what I'm saying? I like it.
And they're good friends. Pete and Large Pro. They've done songs together. Large Pro also co-produced "Act Like You Know" from Mecca and the Soul
Hmm.
Brother. He was
Right.
co-produced on that album, and that's dope. He's like, let's share the money, friend. I ain't got to take all the production credit. I'm gonna get paid anyway. You know, the beat is fire. I like the piano loop. Lost Pro saying, "Hey, I make him concentrate on the songs I create, and kids can't wait to get their forks, knives, and plates." Fire.
Yeah, definitely a fire
That
track.
seems to be Dark Mouth's favorite track. I see.
Yes. Next track. He got so much soul he don't need more music. You know what I'm saying? This one was okay. It wasn't really one of my favorite tracks on this album. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like it was pretty decent.
Yeah, this is dope. It had a nice beat. Definitely enjoyed this.
Yes. Now, live at the barbecue featuring Joe Fattel, Akinyele, and of course Nasty Nas. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. They could have just had Nas and Lost Professor on this track alone. I'm gonna be
Right?
real.
Not Nas is the start of the song. Let's be real.
I, I'm gonna say something that might catch a
Uh,
lot of nerves.
mhm.
I don't put live at the barbecue on the same level as Scenario, Symphony.
What?
Um,
Yo,
yes,
what?
yes, and
Nas
Flavor.
is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
start of this track.
let me
Akinelli was an
no.
afterthought on here.
Let me explain. Not saying that live at the barbecues are bad, but when I mentioned like the symphony, when I mentioned scenario, all those MCs was equally compatible with one another. With this one, as I love Akinyele, I love Akinyele. I like Joe Fattel. I just didn't feel like they were matched up to Nas and Large Professor's level. That's all I'm saying.
They were an
However,
afterthought on this.
you said what?
They were an afterthought on this record.
Right, right. Like, but honestly though, um, Large Professor and Nas killed it, especially Nas. Like, if you are a Nas fan and you don't know this fucking verse, man, I don't even know what to fucking tell you. You
Right?
know what I'm saying? Just the way he started it off and stuff like that. Streets disciple. My rhymes are my raps are trifle. I shoot slugs through my brain just like a rifle. Stampede the stage, I leave the microphone split. Play Mr. Tough, but I'm on some pretty tone shit. Verbal assassin, architect pleaser. When I was 12, I went to hell for snuffing G's. Oh my.
Hmm.
Wow. I went to hell
Wow.
for snuffing Jesus.
And
Come
he
on,
still
man.
sound like that.
He does. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? But at the same time, too, I gotta mention Large Professor because Large Professor I feel like it's very underrated. I love the line where he says, "I grab up girls like Jacks, add them on like Tex, and I'm over like hot tracks. As far as brothers are concerned, I pressure cook them and start." You know what I'm saying? To finish that diminish for the cousin. I was like, yo. That's the thing. Large Professor, his rhyming gets so heavily slept on, in my opinion.
Mhm.
It gets so heavily slept on and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Like it was so niggas don't not even give him his just due, man. Like, but yeah, man, that's just pretty much live at the barbecue. I like the song. I just don't put it on the same level as other popular posse cuts.
Man, this shit was classic because of Nas. If Nas wasn't on this, we wouldn't be talking about this record. He was clearly the star. It should have been his own song. Like he was that good. That's why they had him go first. They could have had him go last easily, but he went first and set it off. And it was like after his verse, like, oh, it's just Akinelli and Lost Pros on it. You totally forget about them. Like who would have been great for this track at that time? Charlie
Who?
Brown and Busta Rhymes,
Ooh,
and then add Lord Finesse. That would have been crazy. You know what I'm saying? I could hear Charlie Brown on this beat, like him and Buster. And there's so many quotables on here, man. Like I didn't want to quote the whole damn verse because people should know this record.
right.
You know, his career don't start with fucking. It ain't hard to tell. Is you got to go before that. Before halftime.
Exactly.
This is like what he said. Nasty Nas is a rebel to America. Police murderer. I'm causing hysteria. Come on, man. Swimming in women like a lifeguard. Put on a bulletproof nigga. I strike hard. Kidnap the president's wife without a plan. Nagging niggas like the Ku Klux Klan. I melt mics till the sound waves over. Before stepping to me, you rather step to Jehovah. What? Come on, man. The record is done after that. The record is over. They should have been like the last song on the album, just like they tried to save the scenario on the last song on Low End Theory. It should have been the last song on this album.
Exactly.
Crazy. And Lost Pro did his thing. Like I liked his verse. Don't let the folks around your weight puff your head because you'll be the owner of a hospital bed. I'll kick fire out your ass so fast you'll be crispy as my man Bill Blast. It's like that, y'all. That y'all. Love that shit. That's how Posse needs to sound like in this day and age. They don't do Posse cuts like that no more.
Hell no.
They want to be too thugged out. We too thug to have a chorus and shit. Cool
Yeah,
G.
man. Fuck you, Kuji.
So he can't beat you in Pokemon or Power. What's Power World?
There's some new video game that's like Pokemon, but you get it. It's humans killing motherfuckers, I guess.
Oh wow, that shit going in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
All right, next song. Watch Roger do his thing. Um, this song was okay too. It's just pretty much, him talking about this cat named Roger and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's pretty much, he thought he had a future ahead of him. You know what I'm saying? But then he ends up, he graduated from high school, but he didn't go to fucking college and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? He just, doing his thing in the streets and shit like that too. But then his life takes a downturn and everything like that too. Honestly, honestly, I feel like this song should have been way higher up, but it's not really one of my favorite tracks on this album.
Right. It was dope. A great storytelling track. I like the you hear like the downward spiral of Roger. Like college is so overrated. You don't need college, folks. It's there for it to go, but not everybody needs it. But Reg is an intelligent brother. He went to college and got his degree. And salute to you, Reg. And not everybody's
Thanks.
gonna come out of college with a degree. You know what I'm saying? And even people that come out of college with a degree, they end up going and getting on drugs and fucking liquor and all that. And you know, it's like, what was the point of busting your ass in for 4 years of college to become a fucking drunk? You know what I'm saying? So salute to you, man. But college is not for everybody. But they make it seem like college was, it was such a big thing back then, and it really wasn't. And I like the track. I think the track was dope.
Yeah, definitely a dope track. Appreciate those Warriors try.
Yeah, man.
And then we have the Just a Friendly Game of Baseball remix, which I feel like that song should not have been remixed. To be real with you.
Yeah, it wasn't needed. Like Dalmar said, there's a video for that song. I never seen a video for this.
Yeah, it is.
When did they release that?
I think it came out like around the time the album came out though.
Yeah. I missed that because they never played it. If there's a video, they never. The only videos I saw for this was I saw Just Hanging Out. I saw Looking Out the Front Door. I think there was a video for the Peace Is Not the Word.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw those. I didn't see. I never saw a video for this.
definitely. Overall, this is a pretty dope album. This is a pretty dope album and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? Um, I feel like Large Professor production rapping definitely added a lot. Is it a perfect album? A few missteps here and there, but I definitely feel like this album was good the way it is. I would definitely give this album a 4 out of 5. Very dope album.
I think it's a classic. I think the production was great. The songs, the just some great boom bap production with some jazz. The lyrics is just a great album, and it's like the only album with Lost Professor in them.
Right.
That's why it's so coveted because there's not another album with him in them. You know what I'm saying? And he gave us a gem with this. Definitely 5 mics for me.
Definitely. All right, and I'm gonna end this off right here because it's 2 in the morning. I'm tired. So tomorrow we're gonna do the movie review of the Blazing Saddles movie review. And I definitely can't wait to talk about that movie. It's not for soft motherfuckers. That's all I'm gonna say. And then Friday we're gonna do Ralph Tresvant double review.
It's the sensitivity.
Yes. Anything you have to say before we head out?
Nope.
All right. Well, hope everyone has a good night. See you later, Try.
All right. Yeah. All right. Peace.